I got an email from a young woman in Little Rock, Arkansas, and her name was Amanda. And the email went something like, hi, you don't know me. My name is Amanda, and I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer when I was 24. And I was shocked to, all of a sudden I finally had this like sister basically. And it was the greatest feeling to just not be alone anymore. So Amanda and I started emailing each other and just kind of became online buddies and, started this friendship. It wasn't always about colon cancer. We talked about her kids. We talked about her husband, her ex-husband. We talked about, religion. We talked about lots of things. We talked about cute boys. We talked about a lot of different things. It wasn't always about colon cancer, and that was the cool thing. We just kind of got it with each other. We understood each other. Fast forward a year and a half, and I got another one of these emails that, hey, you don't know me, my name's Hannah, and I'm Amanda's cousin, and I don't think she's told you this, but her doctor has just given her a few months to live. And more than anything, she really wants to meet you. So if her family were to buy you a plane ticket, would you fly out here to Little Rock and meet her? And I didn't even think twice. By the next morning, I already had somebody give me their frequent flyer miles, and I was scheduled to be on a plane that weekend. And I flew out to visit Amanda, and I got to meet her, and it was so awesome. I remember saying to her at one point, she was kind of telling me, she said, I'm so jealous that you're raising awareness. I wish that I could do those things with you. And I promised her right there that I would continue to do it for both of us.
When I met Molly and Hannah in Philadelphia, we talked at length about finding other young survivors of colon cancer. And I asked them, in their experience with traveling with the colossal colon, had they come across a lot of young survivors? And they said that they had. They had met different people in different cities who were in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and had been affected by colon cancer. And I remember us discussing how great it would be to get people together who had experienced colon cancer at a young age. And just sort of, I think even as a joke, mentioned, well, we should make a calendar. We should make a calendar where colon cancer survivors show their scars and are proud of it, and we could get a bunch of people together at the same time. I don't think that I really thought leaving that day that this would ever happen.
Well, the first photo shoot, we really didn't know what we were doing. And we just kind of had this crazy idea. We had talked to Erica about it, but we literally decided to do it kind of at the last minute because we will have brought together 12 young women, many of whom had never met another young colon cancer survivor in their lives.
I think we didn't really have reservations about using the house, mainly because it's a big house and it should be used for this kind of thing. It's kind of with just two of us rattling around in it, it's not very well utilized, so we're delighted to have groups. We're fortunate in this area to have a number of neighbors that have summer homes, and they allow us to use portions of those homes for housing people. So there are probably 7 or so different neighbors up and down the road who open up their homes, and they, even if they're not there, they just, here's the key and go ahead and use these rooms. Everything is all set. And so far that's worked very well. We've had no difficulties with any of that, and I think it makes neighbors feel good to be a part of this thing.
And I remember the first photo shoot, it was in 2004, and all these beautiful young women arrived at our house, and I happened to be out on the porch, and someone mentioned that it was the first time she'd ever met another young colon cancer patient, survivor. And it just, when you looked around, there were 12 young women who had surgery for and treatment for colon cancer. It just really hit me.
Initial feeling about the calendar was, are you crazy? That's 12 people to do in 3 days. You want to take photo shoots all over Lake George, and you want us to drive there in my car and do hair? Was not what I expected. I was thinking, okay, one big set, everybody all together, shoot through a couple candid shots, and we were done. Which then transferred into a closed set in the McMaster's garage, which works wonderful. It's much easier. We have our own space. It's quiet. You're not worrying about 1,000 people in the room with you. It is definitely still crazy. You're rushing around from 6 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, moving a hair here, moving a hair there, pinning a hair up here, hearing Mark scream from the garage, "I need hairspray. Where's the bobby pin?" I still think that this is an unbelievable undertaking. We went from 12 models to 24, back to 12. It's one of those things where I don't know how we do it. And when Sunday comes and everybody's finished, it's kind of like, wow, another year. We actually did it. Everybody looked beautiful. The shoots went great. And then you get the finished product and it's like, wow, we're really good at what we do.
The Colondar has changed a lot since the first year. And you know, it's been a slow progression in some ways and a very deliberate one. The first year, we definitely, Molly and I like to say this, don't know if you can say this on video, but we do. It was a little more hoochie. You know, we showed a lot more skin. It was a little sexier, kind of racy. It was all women. And that was, again, very deliberate choice on our part. We wanted to raise eyebrows and drop chins and drop jaws so that people would pay attention. Every year we try to make changes to the stories, to the models, to who we're showing, what we're showing, how we're showing it. Troy, our graphic design guy, is like phenomenal with his design ideas. So he always has something different going on. He's always like, hey girls, we're gonna try this. So we have deliberately changed it over the years. And it's become a more artsy look. Different things between having one year that we did all couples, one year that we did some singles and some photographs with two people. We've done a year where we did like themes in every photograph. And so we just kind of keep changing it up a little bit every year and try to make it new and fresh for people so that it's still interesting, so that people we still want those jaws to drop every year and go, oh my gosh, we can't believe they did this, you know, this year.
You know, when people come to something like this, I know it's a, 3-4 day thing, but I think it's not how good the hair and makeup are. It's the whole experience, and that's a huge part of it, and how we make them feel. I mean, all day long, we would tell the models, you're getting the J-Lo treatment, you know, and we'd do hair and makeup together. And then they'd look at themselves, and they were really happy and really pleased.